Here you can see the extruder setup that we use, and this is the tube, bi-lumen tube extruder, and these are the SEM image of the extruder bi-lumen tube, and then the fingerprint candidates are measured by taking a small piece from both end of the tubes and acquiring this cross section using Mitutoyo quick vision probe microscope, and surface roughness is measured using Alicona infinite focus microscope. So these fingerprint candidates are analyzed in order to understand the sensitivity of the of these fingerprint parameters to the extrusion parameters. And by analyzing here, we have found out like all the fingerprint candidates are sensitive to the extrusion process parameters and also to the interaction of extrusion process parameters like TE into NS. And the external diameter of the tube shown to be the fingerprint candidate with the highest sensitivity. And further, these fingerprint candidates are analyzed for the correlation, and we have found out that DT has the highest correlation with other parameters like area of extrusion and the length of extrusion, center point distance, and RT also showed a high correlation with the surface roughness. So from the analysis, we have found out like the DT and RT, the diameter of the tube and the roundness of the tubes were found out to be the fingerprint candidates. And the process fingerprints here are the process parameters itself, the temperature of extrusion and the speed of extrusion. And you can see here the variation of the DT with respect to the extrusion parameters from this figure. And also you can see the variation in the tube features with respect to the variation in DT also. You can see the variation of roundness of the tube with respect to the extrusion parameters in this figure. Like you can see during the RT maximum, you can see the edges are like showing high roundness deviation, and the good edges can be produced by varying the extrusion parameters and for a minimum RT minimum, and this also gave a good surface finish also. So next step is implementation of the product and process fingerprint. So the process fingerprints are the screw revolutions and the temperature of extrusion. So in order to monitor the process fingerprint, we have used a speed sensor here. And in order to monitor the temperature of extrusion, we have used a thermocouple. For monitoring the product fingerprint, that DT and RT, we have used a Sumbak inline laser monitoring system, and which can monitor both external diameter of tube and also the roundness of the tube. So the scope of the work is for manufacturing bi-lumen needles for oocyte aspiration in assisted fertilization. So this is the tube that we produce by extrusion of feedstock, and you can see this is the feedstock and this is the final needle that we shape from this extruded bi-lumen tubes, and we have used micro grinding process in order to generate this needle tip. I hope you got a good information about the feedstock extrusion, and thank you for your attention.